Racing's new Grey Flash became the second horse locked in for this year's Everest, with slot holder Max Whitby, Steve McCann, Colin Madden and Neil Werrett securing the Hawks-trained gelding. Back in May, Maxie Whitby joins me live on the phone now. Good morning, Mr. Whitby.
Good morning, Jules. How are you?
I am lovely. Thank you so much for joining me. That run in the TJ, I tell you what, it really cemented Browser as something exciting. When did he catch your eye?
Oh, very early doors. We've raced with the Hawks game before, and they've always kept their eye open and things. And you know, as you know, I've gone late, I've gone early, gone in the middle. I didn't want to miss a good horse. We knew we were up against something because the day after last year's Everest, the Carlying came out, and I got a phone call on the Sunday night from a certain jockey, and he says, "Get this horse, mate. Did you see that today?" And I went, "Oh, yeah, well, the paint hasn't dried from yesterday yet." Anyway, then Neil got on the phone to David through the week, and we went hard. We did our best, but you could just feel that there was going to be the heavies are going to come over the top of us, and subsequently, you know, it was very hard to deal with. The split was ridiculous, and then we're still trying to be as commercial as we possibly can. Always remember we were very early doors in the concept of the Everest, and most of these slot holders weren't interested in it early, and they actually knocked the concept, but they've all come over the top. And I've got to say, from a split, you know, originally we thought the slot holders had some sort of control over it, the race, but it's the last about 2 years, and then the owners of the horse have taken control of the splits, and that's their prerogative, of course. But when the slot holders go from individuals and small corporates, or just punters and owners, to corporates and giants and race clubs, etc., it's very hard to compete on price. I think the big brands just want to have the prestige and the status of we won an Everest. But you know, we're chipping away every year. We're doing our best. Got a couple of seconds and thirds and fourths and lasts and eighths, and so we're in there swinging. And I think we deserve to be in the top 2 or 3 lines of the betting. And more will be revealed tomorrow out of Hong Kong. Carlying, of course, looks the horse to beat. Private Harry trial through the week did look good. Jimmy Star today. Maddie Smith's got head wall going around today. I think it is. In fact, it is. So, you know, only a few slots taken, but, you know, Chris has always got a few options, and Shenandoah and Lady Shenandoah, and, you know, etc. So, yeah, I think a few things more be revealed. Our horse, Barrow, trials on Tuesday up against a very flash Waller horse. But, yeah, so we're in there swinging.
You're always in there swinging, Maxie. You're always in there. What has been the feedback from Team Hawks? I saw a little something from them earlier in the week. They're saying that he's bigger, he's stronger, and more importantly, he's also mentally more mature.
Yeah, all feedback via Neil's been terrific. As you know, I'm living in Queensland, so Neil sees a bit more of them than me, but things are all starting to heat up conversation and after Tuesday's barriers trials. So all reports very positive, and we're very happy to be in the position, very happy to be racing with the Hawks. The owner and the son, long-time clients of John and the boys, and we're just happy to be involved.
Do you think he will go up another level this season? Is that what they're anticipating?
Yeah, well, he's 5-year-old now, and, you know, he's only lightly raced, 10 starts I think he's had. So, you know, I think he's got all in front of him. He's got as well prepared. Let's get back to see where the barriers are. Interesting, he can run on both surfaces. Like, you've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, Jules. Basically, we always seem to have a bit of give in the tracks. And we'll see what happens with track conditions. But that doesn't bother us either. You know, the Hong Kong horse, let's see what he can do in the wet track. In fact, he's got to hit a muddy type of surface. But you know, what can we say? You've got to find cracks in all of them, but we just know our horse, and as I say, onwards and upwards.
Well, speaking of Carlying Rising, we saw him trial earlier on in the week. He runs tomorrow. What have you made of this horse? Can he be beat?
Well, the only going for us, of course, he's got to travel. got to come down. I think comes down on the last race tomorrow up there, and comes down goes into quarantine on the 22nd. I think my numbers tell me. I think so. Got to travel. God forbid anything goes wrong in transit, but I'm sure Dave's a very professional guy. He knows that. In fact, he trained our first year's horse that got knocked off by a nose. I'm picking my words.
We won't go there, Max. We won't go there.
No. So, I just think he's got to travel and he's got to hit our conditions, and, that's about the only we're possibly going for it still. I'm struggling for how do I beat it, but we'll do what we've got to do. So just see how it travels, and we wish them well.
And we wish you well, Max. It's been so lovely to chat to you. We'll talk to you in the weeks ahead, 6 weeks until the big dance, the $20 million Everest. You've been there from the get-go. We'd love to see you up there with a trophy come the 18th of October. Thanks for your time. We'll chat soon, Maxie.
Okay, thanks, Jules. Bye.